So what's good, you guys? It's your boy CJ back at another video. Before we even get started with this video, I just want to send my condolences out and actually want to send prayers up for all the people that lost their lives on that bridge in Baltimore. As y'all may know, man, it's truly not something that you want to hear or see on your phone, especially when you're going through your day-to-day, and almost makes you want to think about what you take for granted every single day, because none of those people on that bridge knew they were gonna, have that happen. But I do want to send my condolences out, and I do want to send prayers up to all the people that lost their lives and family members that did have family members on that bridge when it happened. But without further ado, let's jump back into this video. So what's good, you guys? I hope y'all enjoying this beautiful day. We got a few things we gonna knock out on this FRS day before the tune tomorrow. We gotta change the oil. We're gonna attempt to do the spark plugs today. I have a white line and a pairing. Both of those are two inserts to try to stiffen up the transmission mount on these cars, which a lot of times after you put a lot of miles on these cars, the drive line begins to have a little slop in it. That's the best way I can articulate it. Without going too deep in depth, I'll show y'all everything once I have the transmission mount down, and I'll actually show y'all what I'm doing. But without further ado, let's go ahead and knock this shit out, man. So for our oil change today, guys, we are going to be using Syntec 0W20 from your local O'Reilly's, and then we're also going to be using the engine restore lubricant. This is going to help with oil consumption. It's going to bring back any lost compression or any blow by. Honestly, a really nice product if you have high mileage on your vehicle. Definitely recommend you picking it up. This also can be picked up at your local auto parts or O'Reilly's. So go ahead and get your can. I am not sponsored by these people, but I have been using it in this FRS, and again, this FRS has almost 200,000 miles on it. Gotta give it a little shake. So guys, now the oil change is all done. Now it's on to the next thing on the agenda today is the white line transmission mount insert and the pairing transmission support mount. Both of these, I recommend you buying together and going and doing them both at the exact same time. This is gonna eliminate, like I said, all of the driveline movement and everything. I promise you. I had a buddy that did this on his, and I mean to tell you, like, you could definitely feel a difference when you're shifting and everything. So I definitely recommend you buying both of these and putting them all at the same time. So without further ado, let's get up on this car and put these two in. So guys, before I actually get started, I just wanted to show y'all the actual insert and the pairing support mount. Obviously, this is what it looks like, and then you will have to use this bushing lubricant around the edges so it can actually slide into the transmission mount. I'll show you that. And this is going to be the support mount. And as always, Pairing always does an amazing job by giving you detailed instructions of what all you need to take off. So when you buy the support mount, it will include all of that. All right, so guys, I've gotten the undercover out of the way. That's the first thing that they do want you to do before you actually start messing with anything. Once you get the undershield out of the way, obviously you see I have my jack stand up under my transmission, because obviously when you take this transmission mount down and actually pull it off, this transmission is actually going to drop, obviously. So you need something to support the transmission while you're doing this, so you won't have any issues as far as possibly, getting hurt. So make sure you have a jack stand, put it up under there. They want you to loosen this bolt up right here, so that way you can swing the exhaust up and out of the way to get access to the rest of these bolts. All right guys, so once you take off this bolt for the exhaust hanger, you want to remove this bolt. You want to remove that bolt, because those two bolts actually hold this bracket onto the actual bushing or mount for the transmission. And then you're going to take off these two nuts, both on the sides, if you can see over there. And then this bracket will come down, and all you'll be left with is just the actual poly bushing mount that we're trying to stiffen up. So guys, I do recommend you getting one of these ratchets, wrench ratchets, long ones, because obviously this is why you need to take that bolt off for the exhaust right here, so you can move and push this out the way, because you're gonna have to try to sneak this in. It's a long motherfucker right here. Shit. Okay. So guys, now that we've got the bracket out of the way, now you just need to get this bolt, and then there's two more bolts on the other side, and then this whole thing is going to come down. And then once it comes down, I'm going to step out from up under the car and actually show y'all what I'm talking about, and then we're gonna install the parts and then put everything back together. Alright guys, so after some cussing and fussing and some bolts that wanted to be a little pain in the ass, I do want to note and show y'all that you cannot get this mount installed backwards. They have arrows on them, which should be pointed facing towards the front of the vehicle when you go in. So as long as it's facing like this, you should be fine. Do not have these arrows facing towards the rear of the car. That's not how it goes, okay? That's why they have the arrows. So now we're going to install the pairing support mount, which is going to replace that, okay? Then the white line insert is going to stiffen up the rubber on each side, so that way when you're shifting, this rubber is not going to be allowed to flex as much as it normally would under load or when you're doing some spirited driving, essentially. White line did include some high performance lubricant, so you want to go around the edges, essentially around the edges, so that way it can slide in very easily. You're going to have to do this, insert the bushing once you actually take this out, and then you're going to bolt the pairing support mount in after you insert this, okay? So like I said, guys, you just want to use just a little bit of grease. You don't have to overdo it. Just put a little bit on there, okay? Then you want to put a little bit on the bottom. Then it's just gonna slide right in. All right, guys, so this is how it should look after you have installed the white line bushing insert. I went with about that much spacing on either side because you still had to leave some room for the bolt to go through. Obviously, it already has a pre-cut hole out of the actual white line insert, but should like that once you've actually pushed it in. Now we're gonna go in with the pairing. I'm gonna slot that in, okay? All right, guys, so this is how it should look after you get done installing both pieces. This is exactly how it should look, okay? I did tighten this bottom bolt fairly tight because obviously I don't want anything to come loose, obviously. But yeah, it should look just like this. So now we're gonna get back up under the car, install it, and then see how it feels. So guys, we've gotten everything done. We got the transmission mount all stiffened up. We've gotten the oil changed. I didn't do the spark plugs simply because the spark plugs have already been changed. I want to say roughly 30,000 miles ago. We're gonna actually just send it and run it with the spark plugs that have been in there. I am a little skeptical about it because obviously when they had the supercharger on there, it was still running on the supercharger tune. It was running rich, so I know those spark plugs kind of took a little beat. The only thing we have going on tomorrow is once we actually get back from the tune, we're gonna be taking the seats out. We're gonna be taking a few things out just to lighten up the car. I'm gonna be looking for some wheels. So if y'all out there that's watching this video, your boy needs some wheels. The stock one's not gonna work. I really want some RPF ones. So if you know somebody that has some RPF ones that they're wanting to sell, please let me know. Comment upon the video or get at me. Quick side note, the only thing I have done to this car is a catback exhaust, a stage 2 clutch by Action, an engine cold air intake, a Perrin lightweight crank pulley, and unequally headers, if I haven't already said that already. But that's really it. I'm not full bolt-ons, obviously. I don't have full exhaust. I don't have a front pipe, over pipe. I don't have upgraded injectors. I'm not on E85. I don't have a one-piece drive shaft. I don't have any of that. So I am not full bolt-ons. I don't really expect too much from the tune tomorrow. I don't really expect too much horsepower because I know what these cars make when you are full bolt-ons. So I'm not really expecting too much, but I am extremely happy that this car is back on the road, or about to be back on the road. It just, the only thing I was lacking was the tune. So that's the only thing that this car is actually lacking. Man, y'all really don't know. Y'all really don't know all I have planned for this car. It's so much I have ordered. Parts I actually have over this corner right now that I still have yet to put on. But I'm gonna end the video off here, man. I love y'all. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Come fuck with your boy. All of y'all that are continuing to support me, I love y'all, and I appreciate all of what y'all do, all support and love that y'all showing these videos, and keep doing it because it really does help me and keep me motivated to keep making these videos. Yeah. Man, I'll see y'all tomorrow, man.